Well, hey there, it's been a quick minute now, hasn't it? Here we are at the beginning of December, and we are getting ready for Christmas planning and things like that, and there's probably going to be a lot of feasting. So one of the things that you can do to offset the heavy, rich eating is by adding probiotics into your diet. So things like sauerkraut or kimchi. And so today we're going to show you how to make a delicious carrot and ginger sauerkraut that you can be adding to your holiday dinners and to help with your tummy. I've never made it before. And so today I've got Emily in the kitchen with me and she's gonna show us how to make it. Yay!
So this is now after 5 weeks of fermentation. It is ready after 2 weeks, but the longer you leave it, the better. So let's have a little taste.
Really crispy. Really good with the ginger. You don't taste the carrot specifically, but I think it adds a bit of an element of sweetness.
A little bit of sweetness to it.
I know you basically eat a little dish of this every single morning.
I do.
Or maybe even sometimes
Twice a day.
Yeah, which is really, really good. So it's really good for your gut bacteria. And the fact that we're using carrots and we're going to basically ferment them, this is going to add in that beta carotene. The ginger that we have, which is from the garden, this is really great for digestion, great for gas and bloating if you have a little bit of that going on. Adding about 1/4 cup of this carrot and ginger sauerkraut every single day, that's going to help offset all the heavy, rich eating that you're doing. So you're actually going to be keeping in good bacteria. So with this recipe, what do we need?
We need 1.5 heads of cabbage, 3 carrots. The recipe calls for only a tablespoon of ginger, but we're going to be adding all of this, and then 1.5 tablespoons of just a coarse salt.
Or pickling salt. All right, so what do we do?
Well, we can start by grating the carrots.
Okay, so I can do that.
Sure.
And then what
Put it into this big bowl here.
Yep.
I am going to chop up the cabbage.
Okay, great.
So for the cabbage, I'm going to shred it into fine, thin slices. So it helps to ferment it a little bit more evenly, and it's more easy bite sizes to have.
Right, because when we make kimchi, we leave it a lot bigger, right? So, but if someone wanted it more chunky, they could. It just
Absolutely.
It might take it a little longer.
Yeah.
Okay, great. This ginger smells so good.
So good.
So I did do a grate on the first parts of the ginger, but these last little bits, I'm just doing a rough chop on them. And we left the skins right on with all the ginger.
So the skins, they will provide a yeast in the fermentation process, and so it's great to leave it on, especially since there is still some good nutrition in the skins.
I stir it.
Yes, please.
Finely chopped cabbage, the carrots, and then the ginger. And so we get this beautiful, beautiful coloring. Bright and cheery. So this is 1.5 tablespoons?
Yep, 1.5.
That's it.
That's it.
That's not a lot of salt.
Oh, but if you find that it doesn't draw out enough liquid, in a day or two you can create a little bit of a brine and throw that in there.
Which I think you did last time.
I did.
Yeah.
It was just some salt with some water, and that was it.
So this seems quite low sodium. But since you did a brine with the last one, would you just maybe add in a bit more salt with this one?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
We're adapting it as we go. So what are you adding in?
I'm going to add in just another half tablespoon.
All right. And so basically
2 tablespoons.
we can write all that down.
Yeah.
Our vegetables are all cut and we've got them blended with the salt. What's our next move?
The next move is now to stuff the fermentation crock.
With this fermentation crock, you've gone ahead and put boiling hot water in to sterilize it, and to sterilize also the weights. Right. Okay.
Good idea to start with that.
Now you're just going to
Stuff it.
stuff it in there.
And it doesn't look like it could really hold a lot, but it can.
Yes, this does. This Mad Millie fermentation crock. Now there is another way, of course, that you can do it, if you don't have a fermentation crock. So this is just a regular sauerkraut that we have. And so what you can do is you can put it in, it's about a half-gallon jar, and we have these little plastic nipples that will let the gases out but not let any bacteria in. So this is another way that you can do it. And you could do it just in quarts if you wanted. But we like to do things on a big scale here always. When you're feeding a big family, go for the big guns. Okay, so what are you doing now?
Right now, I am tucking it in nice and tight. Get it all in.
So then you're using the spoon to just kind of press it down. Okay. I'm going to go put the chickens to bed.
Oh,
and so you can continue on.
Absolutely. We're getting to the bottom of the bowl now, and it's starting to get a little bit tough to squish it all in, but it'll fit. Trust me. So then the thing with the coarse salt is that's going to help to break down the cabbage and the carrot and draw out a lot more moisture from it, which is then going to help create that little bit more of that brine for the fermentation. Now it does seem a little bit concerningly high, but that will continue to break down when you get your weights on top of it. That is going to help keep all of it lower than the liquid, which is then going to help it ferment even easier. You don't have anything drying on you. If you do have a moment where it does kind of feel like it's not going any further, you can always just give it a moment, just give it a little break. Salt to help to draw more of that liquid out of there. Now for the other one. All right, it is locked and loaded.
Okay, so what did I miss? They're way down there. You really got it in, eh? That's awesome. Oh, it smells really good. The ginger just, like the fragrance of the ginger
Really comes through.
And so with this type of fermenting crock, we clean the area and we put water in the moat here. And that again is going to let the gases out, but not allow bacteria to come in. You said this is ready within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But you're going to check it tomorrow to see, do we see some liquid on top?
Yeah.
And if we
Or
don't,
if I need to add some more.
okay.
All right. Seal it off.
And we've used this Mad Millie fermenting crock in many of our other videos that you can go and look at. And so that's what we did today. I hope that you will take the time to make some sort of sauerkraut, whether it is the carrot ginger or some other recipe, to help keep the bacteria down while you're eating all those delicious foods going through the holiday season. So thank you, Emily, for showing me how to make your carrot and ginger sauerkraut. So
Absolutely.
I can now make it myself.
But why would I when I've got a Kidult to do it for me?
I look forward to seeing you on the next video where I will be with Marissa and we will be processing the fire cider. So I've got a link for the fire cider right up here, and so you can go back and look at how we started it, and then now we are going to continue with it in the next video. So I look forward to that. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. Take care and God bless.
Bye.